Hey, welcome back to an all-new episode here. Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Good to be here. Good to be hanging out. I've been working on what the studio is going to look like. It's nice to have bought a house and have a garage and be able to do a little bit more than I've ever been able to do. It's the offseason. It's the offseason, and quite frankly, if I'm shooting it straight, the regular season ending has not sat well with me. Not at all. It has been friggin' hard to kind of exit this offseason, watch Philly win it all, and sit there and think, dang, coulda, shoulda been us. We have lost coordinator after coordinator. Aaron Glenn, he's gone. We lost Ben Johnson, gone. Terrell Williams, gone. Guys up in the booth, gone. All of them. Guy after guy after guy after guy. Losing them here and there. And quite frankly, I'm not worried. I know there's a lot of Lions fans that are kind of sitting around and there's this worry lingering over them. I hate reading the articles that are like, is the Super Bowl window closed? Dog, what are we talking about? Is the Super Bowl window closed? All because you lose Ben Johnson? Aaron Glenn? I mean, what are we talking about here? We still have the same dynamic team. Now, we got guys to sign. Kirby Joseph, got to sign him. Aiden Hutchinson, are we going to beat that deal? J-Mo, this is a looming offseason for him. But I think there's just this overwhelming presence that I've noticed online where people are like, the window's closing. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? The window's closing. The Lions window is wide open. It's wide open with this squad. We are so talented. So talented coming into this 2025 season. I'm not worried about the running backs room. Are you? I'm not worried about the wide receivers room. Are you? I'm not worried about QB1. Are you? Not worried about the D-line. Once we get Hutch back, once we get Kaminsky back. I think all in all, our team was poised to go all the way. The Lions were poised to take it to the mountaintop. We suffered too many injuries late in the season that really just ultimately punished us. And really, when I look at that game against Washington, the more I have thought about it, the more I have sat and just kind of really just sat with it, it looked like the boys were thinking about Philly. It looked like the boys were thinking about the NFC Championship game and getting over that hump, forgetting that there was a mountain right in front of us, which was Washington. Lions are the better team, yet we did not look like it. Failed in every capacity. Couldn't get it done. When I look at the way the season ended, it's heartbreak. It's heartache. It's Billy Ray Cyrus, achy breaky heart. But I'm not worried about the future. And you shouldn't be either. It's been fun being good. Now, the combine's here. Draft is coming. What do the Lions need? If you ask me, we got to go D-line. We have to go D-line. Bro, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Ifeatu Melifonwu, like what we've got going on, Terrion Arnold, I'm not worried. I'd love to re-sign Carlton Davis. Love to re-sign him. Will we? I don't know. He's worth a pretty penny. But when it comes to the draft, we got to go D-line. We either got to get an edge opposite of Hutch or a disruptor up front. We need somebody to disrupt it all. Got to get to the QB. And I mean, listen, barring the injuries last year, we had a solid squad. DJ Reader, Davenport, Hutch, Kaminsky, McNeil. Like the whole bit, the whole gambit was a solid squad. We just suffered too many injuries and couldn't get it done. So this year, what I'm looking at is let's get a young buck, a young D lineman. We're not getting Max Crosby. We're not getting Myles Garrett. You and I both know that is not Brad Holmes. It is not Brad Holmes' MO to say, hey, who's the guy who's going to cost way too much money? Let's go get him. I haven't done it in 4 years, and we ain't doing it this year. If we did, be shocking, absolutely shocking. But I think based on what we've seen, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Lions aren't going to make the big splash move. That is not what we have set forth as our MO. That is not Brad Holmes' MO. What we do is we find the guy who's injured and we say, how about a second chance, buddy? And in the draft, we find dogs. Absolute dogs. I'm interested in the linebacker room, what's going to happen. Derek Barnes, what his injury that sustained, it's going to look like. I mean, Jack Campbell got a ton of playing time, but is he ready? Alex Anzalone, I think this is the last year of his contract. Correct me if I'm wrong. This episode is not sponsored by Founders Rubeus. It's a great beer. It's a great beer. But yeah, all in all, I think, it's almost March, sitting here trying to really think through what this season was, and it was historic. It's a historic run. 15 wins. You know that you and I only experienced 2 regular season losses this year? Doesn't compute. 3 years prior, only 3 wins. The fact that Coach Campbell didn't get Coach of the Year, hogwash, I got to give it to Kevin O'Connell. I love him. I love Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a hell of a coach. I think he's a great guy, great coach. And what he did with Minnesota and Sam Darnold deserves, it absolutely deserves high praise and recognition. But what Coach Campbell did, beating Kevin O'Connell 2 times, taking us to a back-to-back consecutive NFC North title, and 15 wins, franchise history, 1 seat. Not getting that Coach of the Year award, you're just like, what are we doing? The whole award system, man, this is where it's like, it doesn't matter, You win Defensive Player of the Year, you win MVP, you win Rookie of the Year, whatever it is. Like, these are great accolades, but in the end, dog, Super Bowl. That's what I want. That's what I want for these guys. That's what I want for the Lions. That's what I want for Dan Campbell. Because if he can go 15-2, win the division, be the 1 seed, and not get Coach of the Year, what's it even worth? Give me that Super Bowl. That's it. That is my stream of consciousness this afternoon as I sit here in my garage, a little musty. Watched Rings of Power Season 2. Just finished it. A buddy told me, he put it really well. As slow as Season 1 was, is exactly as fast as Season 2 went. Season 2 was phenomenal. I think they developed so many of the storylines so well. My only qualm is that which the wizard, I don't want it, spoiler alert, is he the Blue Wizard? Is he Gandalf? Who is he? Not going to give you a spoiler. That storyline blew. Absolutely sucked. Everything else, golden. Durin's story, Elrond, Galadriel, Adar, Sauron, Celebrimbor. Don't even get me going on Celebrimbor. That guy, phenomenal. Phenomenal actor, phenomenal story. Go watch it. Season 2, it's great. It was great. All right. That is it. That is it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Life is good. The sun is coming. Men's softball's kicking off here real soon. And by real soon, I mean roughly 2 months. Gonna hit dingers.